Okay, we're first going to call the Northumberland County Board of Election meeting to order. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, for which it stands, nation, justice for all.
Silence, please. Seated.
Shot.
Asking for public input on agenda items only for the election board. Hearing none. A motion is needed to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the August 3rd, 2021 election board meeting.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye. Aye. Motion passes.
A motion is needed authorizing the election board to ratify the signing of the following reports on behalf of the election office. Ballot certification report for the general election held on November 10th, 2021. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania statutory requirement for recount conducted on November 19th, 2021.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye. Aye. Motion passes.
Any old business? Hearing none. New business?
Nathan?
Things I want to do has been ratified. So the state's looking. The good news. I want to say.
I just would like to say, Nathan, since you've taken over the election office and all the issues that have gone on with the election, you have been doing an excellent job, and we just, all three of us want to commend you for your work. Okay?
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Nathan. Great job.
Okay.
At this time, we ask for any public input.
Okay, then we will recess the election board meeting and continue now with the Northumberland County public meeting.
At this time, I'd ask for any citizens' input on agenda items only. Hearing none. A motion is needed to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the Commissioners' public meeting held on Tuesday, November 9th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to pay all county and liquid fuel payrolls as submitted by the Human Resource Office for payroll number 23 in the amount of $724,712.44 and payroll number 24 in the amount of $733,535.31.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to pay all county and liquid fuel bills as submitted by the county controller in the amount of $5,351,400.17 from 11/6/2021 to 12/3/2021.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Announcements. The next regular public meeting will be held on Tuesday, December 28th, 2021 at 1 p.m. in the public meeting room at the Administration Center, 399 Stadium Drive, Sunbury. A work session will be held on Tuesday, December 21st, 2021, beginning at 10 a.m. in the Commissioners' Conference Room. The Northumberland County Courthouse, Administration Center, and related county facilities will be closed on Friday, December 24th, 2021, in observance of the Christmas Day holiday, and Friday, December 31st, 2021, in observance of the New Year's Day holiday. A motion is needed to approve the following reports as listed on your public meeting agenda.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the 2022 proposed budget for Northumberland County General Fund and all funds and advertise it according to law. The proposed budget will be advertised and made available for public inspection for 20 days in compliance with the county code with the intent to adopt the final budget at a future public meeting of Northumberland County Commissioners.
So moved.
Second.
On the question. Okay, before we vote to approve this, of course, the budget is the biggest concern for us for the past few months, and we've been working, all three commissioners have been working very hard on the budget. As you know, last year we had we had with COVID and everything, all the issues that went on with the county, and we were able to go through, the year with very little a tax increase. I think we had less than 1 mil for the 2020 year. This year was a little bit different. As everyone knows, we started a courthouse project that's $4.4 million. We have seen a loss, a big loss with one of our secretaries in Karen because of COVID. We have had a lot of issues with Zoom meetings and things, but I think, as you know, every year salaries go up, benefits go up, insurances go up, and we have a budget of somewhere around $89 million, almost $90 million. And I just want to give some things that the commissioners discussed over the last 3 months. We have met with every department. We have met with some departments 2 or 3 times to try to cut any waste that we could find to keep the budget as close as we could. We had, met with Steve Cook, our budget person, many times. And this has been over the past 3 months to make sure everything worked out. But we had to consider in the past couple months things like inflation, because I had a write-up of the things we have in the county, 105 vehicles. The gas increase at the pump is going to definitely contribute to our budget this year. The buildings we own, we have 34 buildings that we keep going in the county that we have to heat with oil. And if anyone has paid oil prices or gas prices to heat their house, or even electricity now that December 1st, it has jumped up to the numbers. We had to incorporate all of that into our budget. And that's just a sign of inflation, and it's things that we didn't expect and which just happened in the last couple months. And those are things that we had to consider. And then when you think, and I'm just bringing this stuff out, our budget will be on Steve out for 20 days, and then we'll be having another meeting on the 28th to finalize it, and anybody can look at it. But just one of the things that we look at, and again, we take the budget very serious, and we work on it all the time. Our medical insurance that we pay for our employees is over $5 million. It increased 10% for next year. Now, 10% don't seem like that much, but when you're putting 10% with $5 million, it is. So those are the things that we look at. And, we're going to have next year a courthouse that's going to be done, that should have been done years and years and years ago, but we took on the obligation to bring it up to snuff, to bring it up to where it should be, and to make it, make the county residents be proud of it. And it's coming along very well. But that is all affects our budget. And again, when we sat down just a couple weeks ago, and I sat with the commissioners and I said, we have all these concerns, but guess what? All our citizens have those concerns because their gas prices went up when they fill their cars. And their oil bills, and we have a lot of senior citizens who can't even afford, and I know because my mother-in-law just got oil. From their Social Security check, the oil is so high to heat their house this winter, they're not going to be able to afford it. Thank God we have Area Aging to help them. But we looked at, yeah, we have problems, but guess what? So do our people in Northumberland County. So we worked very hard, and we are going to propose a budget of $89 million with no tax increase for next year. And I just think that's a tribute to our department heads, to everyone working, to the commissioners here, to the hard work. And in the days of, again, what I just went over, all this inflation and everything, you know, sometimes it's disheartening when I see a comment on Facebook, and I don't go on Facebook, that the commissioner's this, the commissioner's that. You don't know how hard we work. And I would like to see how many municipalities don't raise taxes this year on their residents, but we fought not to do that. There will be no tax increase in Northumberland County for 2022. Okay, so you guys want to say anything? Or?
I do. Well, first of all, I want to compliment our chairman, Sam Chicatano, because that was the goal that he set, was to not raise taxes for the reasons that he stated. So, and it was challenging, and I know frustrating to some of the department heads that we met with over and over and over again. And when we asked them to slash their budget, I don't think you understand, we're not talking about 5,000, 10,000. We asked them, in some cases, 100,000, 200,000. And they'd say, where? And we'd go over line by line by line by line by line. Then we'd say, we'll meet you next week, go work on that, come back, and let's talk about that again. So they gave it their all too. All the other elected officials, department heads and human services contributed to making this possible. So I'm proud of all of them, so.
I'd just like to say, as always, it's a team effort. Everybody helps out. People, when we had them in for our meetings, the different departments, they were, sometimes when you try to cut budgets in different departments, it gets a little testy. But they understood what we were trying to do, and they complied, and we got the job done. So it was a team effort. Steve Cook's our budget director. He did another good job of crunching the numbers and getting us to this point where we're at. You know, like as the other commissioners mentioned, no tax increases, that's kind of unheard of in this day and age. When you look at all the municipalities, government entities in the area that have raised taxes by a mill or 2 or 3 mills, this group did an outstanding job, I think. So, and Commissioner Chicatano, I'm glad that you're a commissioner, because I'm a taxpayer in this county too, and you are good at crunching numbers. Let me put it that way. In fact, I might have you come over. I don't know what you're going to what you charge me, but I may have you over to my house, and maybe we can go over some stuff, and you can see where I can save some money and crunch some numbers there. So, but thank you.
So, okay, again, the motion is to approve the proposed budget. It will be on display for 20 days, and then on the 28th, we will be approving it. We have a first and second, so all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion need to grant permission to advertise the following: 2022 meeting dates for commissioners, public meetings, election board, retirement board, work sessions, planning commission, industrial development authority, prison board, and LAPC meetings. All salary board meetings will be on an as-needed basis and will be advertised accordingly. Request for proposal for cleaning services for the Northumberland County Human Services Complex, buildings A, B, and C. Bid request for supply and delivery of heating oil for various county buildings on behalf of the county engineer.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion need to approve the employee status sheet list of new hires, individuals no longer employed, promotions, demotions, and transfers as items number 1 through 14.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion need to newly appoint the following individual to Northumberland County Behavioral Health and Intellectual Developmental Services Advisory Board for the following term beginning January 1st, 2022 and ending December 31st, 2025. New appointment, Mary Ann Lewis.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion need to reappoint and newly appoint the following individuals to the Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging's Advisory Council for the following term beginning January 1st, 2022 and ending December 31st, 2023. Reappointments, Gail Zahler, Jennifer Willard-Miller, Jim Poplawski, Patricia Rumberger, Stacy Stankavich, Kirk Karlovich, Amy Moyer, Tressa Downs. Reappointments, new appointments, Brian Chokwa, Patrick Mack, Linda Walker.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motions need to reappoint the following individual to the Northumberland County Planning Commission Board for the following term beginning January 1st, 2022 and ending December 31st, 2024. Reappointment, Edward Hovenstein.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motions need to reappoint the following individual to the Northumberland County Industrial Development Authority Board for the following term beginning January 1st, 2022 and ending December 31st, 2024. Reappointment, Ned Sodrick.
Moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I have one thing, Mary Rose. Before we continue, I just want to make a point that we have a lot of other committees that we have to make an appointments to, but we are going to put those off until our meeting on the 28th. We haven't had time to contact all those people to see if they wanted to be reappointed. A lot of them, or if we're going to appoint new people. So those appointments will be made for the 2022 year, but they'll be done at the end of this month. There's nothing matter with that, right, Frank? We can do it.
That's right.
That's fine. Okay, I just wanted to let people know that.
A motion is needed for the Commissioners to sign the state tax equalization voucher for transfers of real estate for the months of September and October 2021.
Moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve Geisinger as the county health insurance provider effective January 1st, 2022.
Moved.
Second?
On the question, I just, since we did talk about the medical insurance, Geisinger will be our provider again, and the cost was an increase of 10% of $510,000, and that cost for the 2022 will be $5,616,695. Okay.
Moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to authorize the execution of an extension of an option for the Greater Shamokin Area Housing Development Corporation to purchase real estate located in the city of Shamokin, being tax parcels 009-01-001-137 and 009-01-001-139 for $1 through February 28th, 2022.
Moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to approve a resolution authorizing the county to contribute a portion of a grant match anticipated to be in the amount of $5,727 towards the purchase of a new transit bus for Lower Anthracite Transit System, LATS.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to adopt 2021 Community Development Block Grant CDBG Section 3 Plan.
Moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye. Motion carries.
Motion to authorize the execution of Zelenkovsky Axelrod LLC proposal to provide technical assistance and advice in relation to the policies, procedures, accountability, and monitoring of the expenditures of the various COVID-19 pandemic-related federal and state grant funding programs.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to authorize the chairperson to execute a second amendment to lease agreement with Vertical Bridge CCFM LLC for a portion of Northumberland County tax parcel 00-076-040, located in Cole Township for the purpose of operating the existing cell tower for an initial term of 5 years with 3 5-year options thereafter.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to authorize the Commissioners of Northumberland County to sign the fiscal year 2021 State Homeland Grant Program Agreement.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to approve the Northumberland County Courts Professional Service Agreement with Irvin Blank Associates Incorporated and the following court reports: John Bionisi, Don Sweeney, and Ann Deegan, to provide court reporting services, county court, and custody hearings.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to adopt budget amendments as listed on your public meeting agenda.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to authorize the execution of Thomas and Reuters West Proflex number 0000093062 annual master services agreement to renew on February 1st, 2022.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to approve change order G-05, lower ledge roof replacement and associated carpentry repairs on the Northumberland County Courthouse Clock Tower in the amount of $56,140.60 for the Northumberland County Courthouse exterior rehabilitation and HVAC electrical project.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, I just want to say one thing. The courthouse project, which again I said was due for many, many years, we do have change orders popping up. And we don't like the word change orders, right, Justin? But the building is so old that when they get up high up in the steeple, nobody knows what's up there until they put that scaffolding up. I mean, they use drones and all. So we're running into some issues. But I will tell you, and I guarantee that all 3 commissioners are very frugal when we deal with any change orders. And we make sure they are talked with the contractors, and we get the best work for our buck. Is that right, Justin? Okay.
We meet with them every other week, all the contractors. And when an issue comes up that's subject to change order, they present pictures to us. We ask alternatives. And then sometimes we have to have them go back and say, how much would it would cost if we would replace all of it, half of it, a third of it? What would it cost? You know, the big corbels that are on the courthouse, for example, a lot of them were rotted. But to the extent they weren't rotted, we had them repaired and recast in portions rather than have all new ones. We look at different building materials, we question them, we look over all of the prices before we make a decision. So whenever you see the change order, it's gone through numerous process of back and forth trying to get the price as low as we possibly can to effectuate the structure of the building.
Okay, where are we at? First and second? Okay, question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to approve change order G-06, middle ledge roof replacement and associated carpentry repairs on the Northumberland County Courthouse Clock Tower in the amount of $45,845.20 for the Northumberland County Courthouse exterior rehabilitation and HVAC electrical project.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Motion to approve change order G-07, top ledge roof replacement and associated carpentry repairs in the Northumberland County Courthouse Clock Tower in the amount of $30,520.33 for the Northumberland County Courthouse exterior rehabilitation and HVAC electrical project.
Moved.
Second.
On the question,
Sam, I just want to say something with these 3 change orders too. Anybody that knows anything about construction, in a spot like a bell tower, it's pretty isolated. Once you get up there, once you start ripping things apart and getting inside and into the weeds with the construction and what's underlying there, you're going to find problems that don't appear to the eye. So that's the case here, and of course you wouldn't expect any less. We got the best price we could get. These prices are probably not indicative of the original prices. The last 3 change orders, they've been, they've come down in what was originally proposed in price. So we did get a pretty good price, and I don't know if you noticed the courthouse bell tower with the clock tower with the new golden dome, and it's really looking nice, and we're going to put lighting on that, so it'll look like the Golden Dome at Notre Dame, if you ever saw that. So it's going to look similar to that. One of the commissioners had a little influence on that whole thing. I'm not going to mention any names, but it looks really nice. So if you get a chance, take a look at it. All the letters, the Roman numerals were all repainted, and it really looks good. So. I don't think so.
Maybe on the flagpole, we'll put a flag.
All right.
Where are we with this now? We have,
Take a vote.
okay. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to authorize signatories on contract for snow removal of sidewalks and county-owned bridges.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to adopt lease agreement between Northumberland County Commissioners and Dave Burgess for leasing storage space at 326 North 2nd Street, Sunbury, Pennsylvania.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to adopt lease agreement between Northumberland County Commissioners and Nora Feast for leasing of rental property located at 336B North 2nd Street, Sunbury, Pennsylvania.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to adopt lease agreement between Northumberland County Commissioners and Deborah Gemberling for leasing of rental property located at 334A North 2nd Street, Sunbury, Pennsylvania.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to authorize the chairman to execute a memorandum of understanding between the County of Northumberland and Central Susquehanna Opportunities Incorporated to undertake HUD funding through DCED and to engage CEDACOG to complete the environmental reviews.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to approve the forgiveness of the Northumberland County portion of property taxes for Mount Carmel Township tax parcels number 008-070-032 and 008-01-070-032A, located at 412 and 414 Maple Street, Mount Carmel Township. These blight properties were purchased by Mount Carmel Township with the intention of demolition.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, Mr. Garrigan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Motion to adopt Resolution 82-21, resolution to authorize the Commissioners to execute an application to PennDOT for the encumbrance of liquid fuel tax funds for the replacement of Northumberland County Bridge Number 26.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R83-21, resolution to authorize the Commissioners to execute an application to PennDOT for an encumbrance of liquid fuel tax funds for the replacement of Northumberland County Bridge Number 192.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R84-21, agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Human, Senior, and Social Services and the named service providers as listed, numbers 1 through 10. The above agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports are not with county employees, nor does their organizational contract list county employees as principals in their corporation or on their board of directors, with the exception of contracts with CSO, Controller Chris Grayson, and District Attorney Matalevich are members of the CSO board.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
This time we ask for any old business.
With those 2 bridges that we're going to seek funding for, I believe the one bridge is the one in northern Lewis Township. Is that correct, Commissioner Chickatano?
We have, we requested funding for 3 bridges.
We had a meeting here, I think it was last month or the month before, where I believe her name was Mrs. Flieger, came in and lives close to that bridge, and she had some issues and some bad things happened there. So that's the bridge that was in question, and we're going to try to get that repaired and get that taken care of through funding. So in this American Rescue Plan, we'll see what other kind of monies that might be available to get that taken care of. For some reason, I've been tabbed by various individuals in the county.
Bridge czar,
as
the bridge czar.
The bridge czar in this county, the covered bridge czar, and whatever, that's fine. I want to see bridges fixed and maintained so the residents can use these bridges. So whatever you want to call me, that's fine. But
So we did have a call from Harrisburg and a week or two ago, and I did talk to our bridge expert, not the czar, the expert, Chuck Opta. We have 2 bridges that need repair. They are put on the list first, and then the bridge the commissioner's talking about up in the northern end, Joe,
Lewis Township.
was also included to that. We don't know which ones will be covered, but we have, as Joe promised, we have went ahead and asked for financing for those. Whether they get covered or not from the state, we will find out probably sometime in the summertime in June. So we did request that. Okay? Mary Rose, next. Old
It's time to
business.
call for new business. At this time, any public input?
Yes. Yes, this is your comment.
Excuse me, Mike, and where do you reside? Okay, thank you.
Last month, we brought up concerns about proposed AOA rail. The meeting.
Yes, I met with, I have talked to Mr. Backus. One of the things we will be doing at the end of this month is I have requested that they go back and look at their bylaws and add a commissioner to oversee the board and be part of, not really be a member of the board, but oversee the board and be in constant contact with them as far as after every meeting, if they make any decisions, if they make any, anything to deal with the AOA so that we're informed and that we don't wait until hear it from people who are involved or anything like that. So that request is in. They will have something for us for the 28th to appoint one of the commissioners as an overseer of the board.
Do you have any information?
I was directed as far as the AOA and this Rails to Trails, the AOA was turned over the land years ago, I don't know when. They told me any questions about the properties or the proposal, which right now is still a study. It is not anything that's happening right now. And whoever the commissioner is that will be part, will be able to, see what they're talking about, if this is going forward or not. But they requested to tell me to tell the people they need to go to AOA meetings to request information from them. The information on the trail, its proposal and everything is not sitting with the 3 commissioners. We don't have that. When one of us are appointed, we'll be part of that. But as of now, the land is turned over to the AOA. Frank, you know when that was, a couple years ago? A few years ago. So the AOA, it's sort of their project now. And again, when a commissioner's involved, we'll be overseeing things. But the questions, I was directed by Mr. Backus that the questions should go up to the AOA at their meetings. Because honestly, we don't know enough to answer them right now.
All right, I asked for.
I would go to an A&A meeting and ask them. They're the ones that did the feasibility study and got the grant to do that, right, Frank?
Not the county's land, it's not the county's project.
Right. So we really, it's an AOA thing. We turn that land over to them. And again, I spoke with Jim Backus many times. And that doesn't mean, listen, don't get the point that we're avoiding it or anything. It's a study. It hasn't happened yet. Now, a commissioner will be on that board. We'll know more about it when that happens. But again, it's the AOA who has been going through this for a couple years, getting grants to do the study. That does not mean it's going to occur. That doesn't mean if they might find an alternative route. I have made suggestions. They have talked about Shamokin to Mount Carmel because there's no houses involved there. But that's their decision. It's the AOA's property right now. Once a decision is made, and once the commissioner is on that board, then we can talk, but there's no decisions about anything right now made. It's still a study. Again, if you go to their meeting and ask them questions, they'll have a lot more detail. But we don't. I mean, if any of the other commissioners have anything to say, but that's what I was told. And again, it's not our land. It's not we turned it over to them. It's not right now our project. It's theirs, and they would answer all the questions for you.
Well, that's not the answer we're looking for.
What I don't understand, why aren't we supporting landowners? I don't know what you're talking, there's nothing being done yet. It's a proposed thing. Nothing has gone forward. I think you need to talk to them to see what their plan is. Maybe their plan is to scrap it. I don't know that right now. But they said the questions for it need to go to the AOA. We're not part of what they have done the last 3 or 4 years on the study of that. Well, that's a lie. It's not. Put it this way. The commissioners are not very involved. And if anybody else is, we don't know that. If any of these people are very involved, they can say it now, but I don't even know the trail where it's going. I know because of you people being in when you were here the last time. So you making that statement, believe all the emails you want, but I'm telling you, none of these commissioners knew about that thing.
All right, I didn't say the commissioners, I said
Okay.
the county employees.
Well, okay.
You are the boss of the county employees.
Yes, we are.
You need to start reviewing your report. A lot more about it than they're telling.
You state.
Even some of the documents stating, do not let this get out to the public, we do not let the public know about this happening.
Then if you have the emails, get the names of those emails and we'll call those people in and talk to them. We have nothing to hide. I'm not here to, listen, I understand this is a project, the AOA. We have budgets, we have courthouses, we have children and youth, we have area aging, we have drug and alcohol, we have a prison to run. I mean, the AOA is an own entity. Now we're going to have someone overseeing the AOA because of your suggestion. We didn't think we had to. And I went forward and talked to them and said, change your bylaws. We want somebody to know what's going on. Because we're telling you the truth. We don't.
Well, I can tell you the first person you need to ask is Mr. Garrett.
Thank you. Anyone else? Oh.
Let me help you, sir. You're wrong. Let me help you out.
Okay.
County obtained a quitclaim deed from the defunct.
quitclaim
Be
deed-
quiet. I'm talking now.
I was talking to you and
No, you interrupted me. Are you ready to listen?
When did I interrupt you? I was
Right now. So are you ready? Do you want to listen or do you want to just keep talking?
All right, go for it.
Sure. The county obtained a quitclaim deed from the defunct railroad. The railroad went bankrupt. It was Conrail, okay? Then, that was a quitclaim deed. The quitclaim deed was subsequently transferred to the AOAA. So, the county obtained a deed, it was a quitclaim deed, and a quitclaim deed, as you probably know, means that whatever the railroad owns, maybe nothing, maybe actual fee simple ownership, is now given to the county. Subsequently, the county transferred by quitclaim deed ownership, whatever it had, to the AOAA. Maybe something, maybe nothing. That's what happened. Do you understand?
And I do understand.
Okay, then what's your question?
My question is, how did the chain of ownership begin with the railroad?
Very simple. Back in 1838 approximately, Danville-Pottsville Railroad went through and it purchased fee simple ownership. Wrong. Wrong. Because I did a title search on it and you didn't. You didn't. And neither did anybody you hired. So there was a title search done. I have the title search. Now, I don't have the complete title search because the searcher is continuing to finish up the final parts of it. But they obtained fee simple ownership of the land through there. So, if that is correct, then the county obtained fee simple ownership and it transferred fee simple ownership.
So Frank, listen, this is legal stuff.
But if you want to talk about this, bring it to the AOAA because the commissioners are not the owners of the property, nor are they the people doing the project.
Okay.
So, you don't belong here. Well, you can ask whatever questions you want, but they don't have the answers. Go to the AOAA.
And we don't have the answers, but we're willing to help work this thing out. And again, you need to go to the AOA. These legal questions, except for Commissioner Best, me and Joe know nothing legally about anything. And I'm not saying the AOA's right. I'm not saying you're right. I'm saying let's just move forward and try to get to a conclusion where everyone's happy. And I think that's what we're going to try to do. But you need to go to the AOA to get all this specific information. Honestly, we don't have it. Frank, of course, is the solicitor at the AOA. When you're there, he can answer your questions there. But again, to discuss it here, we don't have the expertise to do that. And I would recommend, Frank, the next meeting at the AOA, that they can attend, and it's open to the public.
Public meeting.
And go.
All our meetings are public.
Ask them all the questions. And again, someone on the 28th from the commissioners here will be on that board as an overseer and be more involved. But up to this point, and I'm not, making up stuff. We didn't know. I don't know nothing about Rails to Trails. All I know is it was a big push years ago, and some of the other counties picked it up along the river or something. I think Kim was on the board then. And the property was turned over from the railroad, from us to the AOA, and a study was done. That's it. So nothing's in stone. Nothing's done, and I think you need to work with the AOA and talk to them, and there'll be a commissioner representing the people there, and then we can move forward. But again, here in front of us, we don't have the answers for you.
Okay.
Okay?
I'd like to state that I have a fee simple deed to the property. A fee simple. Well, I'm one. With the railroad. And that's not deed to the land. To the land. How could they take that deed, simple deed?
Okay. I answered that question once.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. The answer is they don't have a deed of easement. You are incorrect. If you have proof that it's a deed of easement, I suggest you provide it to me because I have a deed that's fee simple to the railroad.
Not from the railroad, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Frank,
Yes, I do.
Frank, this again is
So
something.
bring it to the AOAA. You don't have the deed.
This is something
So bring
for
it
it to be
there.
discussed at the AOA.
I have a copy of the deed of easement from the railroad, and that I own. Don't all this gobbledygook up and say, they have official. They
Sir,
don't
listen,
have official.
if you want to stay after and talk to Frank, if you want to meet her, just go, that's fine. Discuss this again.
Again, it's not a county matter.
I was going to say, it seems to me that this conversation is, Attorney Garrigan is now really speaking on behalf of what he knows for the AOAA. We don't know that. I'm not briefed on it. So I'm not comfortable having this conversation here when we don't know. I don't even know what's happening here. So I think the place to have, at least initially, to have this conversation is at the AOAA, that entity. If you find, when you go there and you ask questions and the answers alert you to something that involves the county, then come back and talk to us about it. But I'm literally not, I'm not understanding how we're involved. I don't know when that transaction took place. I don't have any copies of deeds or anything in front of me because, frankly, sir, it's not our land right now. The AOAA is made up of different types of ownership. Some of it is leased by us. Some of it is owned to them outright. And clearly, this land that we're talking about, they claim they own. And they would have had to show something, that's what my attorney hat shows me, to be able to do this study, right? So whatever that is, I don't know, but you should go to the entity that is claiming ownership to it and ask the questions because they have the information. We don't. We don't. I don't have deeds. I don't have, yeah. Yeah.
All I'm saying is that the railroad only had a deed of easement. Company for railroad. Before the railroad came on, retained all.
I'm not disputing anything you're saying. I'm just saying I feel like our public meetings have become the location for this argument when we are not, I have no information that puts us squarely at the face of this dispute. If I did, I would have something to say about it. I don't, and I just feel like, what's going on doesn't have anything to do with county business as of now. It does not. It's not even the land that we lease to them. This is somehow land that they're claiming they own. So that's what you need to figure out, sir. Yeah.
And if you have any problems, just like I said, go to the AOA meeting, and you can always call us if there's any issues that they're not letting you in or they're not answering your questions. But go there and ask them. I think they'll be open and tell you the answers. Honestly, any of this deed stuff, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't even know if I have a deed to my house. I hope I do somewhere. But please go to the AOA if you have issues when you go up there. Let us know because there will be someone as a liaison between the county and the AOA. Okay? Frank.
It's on my calendar, but
Okay.
I don't have.
Well, if you want to
Is it on
afterwards,
Website.
I don't know.
Yeah, you probably know better than we do.
So then it's
Is it on a web? Is it on a web page?
Yeah, the
Well,
website, I'm sure
it's
the web.
advertised.
And it's
I
open
think
to the
it's on our
public.
website, too.
and then go and ask those questions and see how it goes forward. Okay? Thank you, guys. I guess before we adjourn, I just want to say to everyone, because we won't meet until after Christmas, if it's politically correct or not, I'm going to wish everybody on behalf of the three commissioners a Merry Christmas. And we don't have to do New Year because we will be back before the New Year. So Merry Christmas, everyone, and we will... Yes, you have a question? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I missed you.
It's the same issue.
1700. Wrote bed. Wrote bed that I bought off of Cedar. Wait.
I'm not going to give you a legal opinion because I'm not your attorney.
Oh, okay, thank you. This is just.
Okay.
Valuable, then. Believe. News item? News item?
You just got done saying it shouldn't be us.
At a previous county commissioners meeting, an alternate rails and trails route was proposed and a map shown. This map was given to you, the county commissioners, for review. This all starting at the AO Welcome Center. Is 20 motorized enthusiasts would walk, hike, bike, ride bikes, and mountain bike through non-motorized enthusiasts that walk, hike, ride bikes, and mountain bike would travel through Paxinas, Wayscale, Shamokin, Mount Carmel, Coltmont, Marion Heights, and Natalie, etc., promoting business along the way. This alternate plan would not impose any eminent domain or quit-claim land seal issues that would affect 50 or more landowners along the likely end up our Supreme a master plan was promised at several meetings mapped out at the 2,780 acres for these activities. But why stop at the 2,780 acres on the east side of Route 125? Why not create non-motorized trails on the total of 8,000 acres that the AOAA controls? There are hundreds and hundreds of trails that already exist for walking and whatever. The Whaleback Geological Wonder, located at the third patch, would also be a great draw to non-motorized enthusiasts. This site is visited by college students and others from all over the U.S. Why not make it a destination for the non-motorized community also? Of course, proper development of trails would need volunteer efforts, posting non-motorized trail sites. Grants for motorized activities are also readily available. With 8,000 acres, there are far more than enough space and trails for non-motorized and motorized activities to coexist. In fact, I do believe walking, hiking, biking is allowed on a total 8,000 acres the AOAA board controls now. Another controversial issue I want to address: privileges on 1,000 acres. Stroke of a pen, AOA's anti-hunting board reduced the hunting season to less than 2 weeks per year for deer season only in an area where hunting has deep-rooted traditions. Before the AOAA gained control of over 8,000 acres, fathers in the past took their children hunting, grandfathers took their grandchildren. Look forward to hunting together. It has been stolen from us. This anti-hunting, anti-non-motorized policies toward the surrounding communities such as Shamokin Township, Treverton Road, East Cameron Township, West Cameron Township, Gown City, Excelsior, Mount Carmel Township, and others once again demonstrates how the AOAA board members control the 8,000 acres with an iron fist. The AOAA completely surrounds these communities with 8,000 acres that they have the power to steal with. For instance, a landowner who owns property adjacent to the AOAA's 8,000 acres can't even take his children on AOAA-controlled land to hunt squirrels. What I'm saying, salmon or whatever, if you own land, if your land is adjacent along the Treverton Road to the county land, you can't even walk onto the land to hunt a squirrel with your kid. This is ridiculous.
Bill,
Okay, I'm not finished.
okay, go ahead, finish, and then I'll speak, and then we're done.
This is an insult to every sportsman, and it's appalling. It is discrimination at the highest level. Citizen taxpayers of Northumberland County, who once owned these 8,000 acres, deserve much, much more. We are treated like second-class citizens. According to the Pennsylvania Game Commission, hunting is one of the safest outdoor sports there is, and by far safer than the motorized vehicles that race around at high speeds on the AOAA land. Lifeline constantly transports injured from AOAA landing zones because of injured riders. There are no other motorized off-road parks that have such strict rules and policies towards their local citizens. Other parks do have year-round hunting and other non-motorized activities without any regulations and negative issues. I am pleading to you now on behalf of our large local hunting and non-motorized population to apply pressure on the 6 AOAA board members to stop squeezing the life out of our lifelong traditions. Our citizens are not happy with these AOAA tactics. Serious consideration be made by the county commissioners to appoint a non-motorized board along with the county commissioner, which you said you have, or commissioners to the AOAA authority that will work together with them to introduce walking, hiking, cycling, mountain biking, and year-round hunting opportunities that we as citizens truly deserve. And one note here, to get them online.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you, and listen, I belong to the Fairview Gun Club for a lifetime member. I deal with this every time I go up there. The AOA it was started way before us, and then we're going to be done with this. It was an eyesore. It was strippings that was tried to turn into something positive for the county. And I think we need to go forward, meet with the AOA, have better communications. We are going to improve by putting a commissioner on that board. All these things can be brought up at that time, and hopefully all of us can work together to make the AOA compatible with the citizens and make it a positive experience, okay? Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for coming. Meeting's adjourned.